Hi everyone, Leonie here from S&P again. We're just going to quickly go through how to set up your application form on Wufoo. So first and foremost, you're going to need to get signed up for an account. I'm sure I don't need to talk you through that. The instructions are super straightforward. So I'm just going to get logged into our account. So once you come into your Wufoo dashboard, yours will look like this, but a little bit more empty as we've got existing forms already sitting in there. But where you want to be navigating to is the top right hand corner to select to start making a new form. But I'm going to go through some of the questions on a form that we already have. So we've moved all our forms over to Wufoo now, which is why you might have noticed that we're sort of low on entries on some of them because they're brand spanking new forms. So we want to go through all of the new stuff that we've put together for these forms after some research with testing different bits and pieces. So these are the core questions that you're going to need in your form. There's more that can be added, there's things that can be adjusted for certain offers, there's things that can be adjusted if you find that you're getting a block at your app page. But in general, this is the baseline things that you definitely need to have in your application. So if we just have a quick tour around Wufoo to start with so that you guys can get familiar with some of the tools. It's really straightforward. It's all simple drag and drop or click to drop stuff. So like I say, you can either drag one of the modules over here from the left into your application form, or you can simply click to add. And as you can see here in this bottom section with the fancy pants section, which includes other factors such as name, email address and other contact details that we can collect within the form. So as you can see, when we click to add, they get brought down here to the bottom, whereas with the drag and drop you can put it exactly where you need it. And then when you click to select one of the sections, the left hand sidebar will pop up with the options for that, where we can change anything we want about these questions. We've also got these little buttons here where you can either duplicate or take away, being delete, one of the questions from the form. So if we get rid of this top one up here as well. So as you can see, what we've already got in here is a range of paragraph text, contact details and some multiple choice questions. It's a really straightforward form, and it takes about 2 to 3 minutes to fill out, which can also be a great way to push people all the way through if you find that the process is feeling a little bit long. So we're going to go through some of these questions and why they're in here. So we're starting with name, just to give it the personal feel. We don't want to ask for all the contact details at the end, otherwise they're going to feel as if they don't really matter. So we want to go into this next question, which is going to be the most important question on here for me personally, and I think that this one's one of the most important because it makes a massive difference on the phones if you've got this tiny piece of information about what this person's ultimate goal is. Whether they go into immense detail with the paragraph text, or they could literally put a few words like lose weight. That's also going to tell you a little bit about that person, about how open they are to talking about those things and how much work they're going to need on the phone. So there's a massive indicator of what your call could be like and which direction it's going to be going in. And then we go into the next question, which is how do you feel about your fitness levels right now? So we're taking them from this ultimate desire that they have, the thing that's driving them to fill in this application form, and then we're talking about the pain that it's causing, which will also be driving them to do it, reminding them of what it is about this stuff in particular that they're not that happy with, and how they're actually feeling right here in the present, which is going to be a massive factor as well on the phones, making things a lot easier for you to make that person feel like you can really get them to where they need to be. And then we go into what's your number one frustration. Again, we're going into this pain thing, which is a thing that we talk about quite frequently with the ads and the copy. And we're always bringing up people's emotions to have them drive themselves to filling in this application and getting a call booked, because they know that we're going to be able to achieve that desire for them in order to demolish this pain. And then we go into which of the programs are you most interested in. You don't have to have the prices on there, but it is good to give people some choice with the programs. Sometimes it can feel a little bit like they're sort of being pigeonholed, if not, and they may feel like everyone's sort of getting lumped into one big group. I find that it does help to have some programs on there, but the prices doesn't necessarily need to be on the application form. And then we've got how soon would you like to achieve your fitness goals, which gives people a little bit of a sense of urgency, because the options basically are I'm looking to get it yesterday or very, very soon, or I'm looking to keep something that's maintainable for the rest of my life, or I'm not doing it at all, because that's honestly the only options that are available, and it's making them aware that it's now or never. And then, like I said, we've got the contact details here down at the bottom. Now, the reason that these are at the bottom as opposed to right at the start of the form is that some people can be a little bit put off from filling it in, I've found, when the contact details are being asked for up at the top. I think that's just due to some people being a little bit untrusting when it comes to the internet, but as they've gone through the questions, they can feel that it's more and more genuine, and by the time they have filled it all out, they think, okay, well, might as well. So that is, I've found with testing this against forms that do have the contact details up at the top, that having them down at the bottom does actually increase the application rate. And then once you've got all of your questions in line, you can choose to add a little disclaimer about at the bottom about commitment or something along those lines. But most importantly, we need to be remembering to hit save down at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to hit continue editing for now, because we're going to go into this left-hand sidebar again and go to form settings, and there's an important field in here that we'll need to bear in mind for later, and that's going to be redirect to website, which is going to be what we can use within the funnels to connect your application page to your booking page, so that once somebody's filled out the application, as opposed to getting a short thank you message, they're going to get sent to the next step in the funnel, which is going to be your booking page. Okay, so finally, once we've finished with creating our form, we can go back here, and the next thing that we need to be doing is setting up the notifications. So if we come to this form again, and we go to edit here on the right hand side, and we go to add notifications, and then you need to be putting your email address into this box here, and that's going to mean that every single time you get an application through, it's direct into your inbox. That way you're not needing to come into Wufoo every single time you want to check how many applications have come in. However, if you would like to come into Wufoo and check out all of the forms that you've got and some of your entries, then it's just here on the right again, all the way over to entries, and all entries is going to be the one where you can see everything that's been entered into this form, and then you can simply just click through people's responses there. Really, really straightforward stuff, guys, and good luck.